Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Onita. Let's talk about my February TBR. I had plans for my February TBR, but I had to throw them all out the window because this year I will be moving into my new house. And I have a lot of unread books on my physical TBR that I want to get through so that I can unhaul the books I don't want to take with me. So from now onwards until move-in date, which could be earlier than expected just with how fast things are going, I'm going to be focusing more on my physical TBR. So with that being said, I do have some new releases that I would like to talk about that I may or may not get to. I have talked about the majority of these. There's a couple that I forgot about, and I will leave a link to my anticipated releases video in this video in the description box if I remember. So the first one is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I think this is like a forbidden romance between aren't they like swimmers or something? Isn't it's like a diving, oh my gosh, I should know because the cover looks so good, about a swimmer and a diver, I think. The Cafe with No Name by Robert Seathola. I'm definitely pronouncing that name wrong, so I do apologize. This one I just stumbled upon recently and I did not get a chance to put it in that 2025 anticipated releases video, but that one is about a cafe. It has no name, but yet it's like a character-focused story. We get people of all backgrounds, all walks of life come into this cafe. Listen to Your Sister by Nina Vile. This one is a horror book. Symbiote by Michael Nyack. This one is a Walking Dead meets Contagion kind of breakout in the Antarctic. Grave Empire by Richard Swan. Older Soul by Susan Barker. That one sounds really, really good to me. Scuttler's Cove by David Barnett. The Poorly Made and Other Things by Sam Rebelline. This one is like a companion, kind of a sequel to another book that is set in this world. I do want to read the first one before I read that one. And Upon a Starlit Tide by Kel Woods. So that's about it for the anticipated releases. Now let's get on to my hopeful TBR. I say hopeful because I hope to get you these books. The first one we have is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's told in an interview style format. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining right now. And it's bloody dark. I can just about see the cover of this book. It's dark right now, but if I were to turn the light on, the lighting would just be shit. So I'm gonna have to deal with the darkness. But Daisy Jones and the Six, I've heard so many fantastic things about this one. I cannot see because it's bloody dark. In the 1970s, so like the late 1970s, it's about this band and the things that they go through. And like I think I've said before, but I've heard really good things about this one, and there is a TV show as well. I then have Verity by Colleen Hoover. From what I remember, this one follows a ghostwriter about her taking over an author's works, who, like this author, I think it's a lady author, right? Like, it's so fucking dark. Yeah, it's about like a struggling writer and best-selling author Verity Crawford. There's something wrong with her or something like that, and so the main character that we follow, Lowen, she gets asked to ghostwrite the rest of the books in her series or something like that. I can't remember, but I've heard good things about this one too. I have read a previous Colleen Hoover book before, Ugly Love. My rating was a bit too generous because I hated Miles' point of view. Hated it so much. Looking back at it now, it would probably be a 3 or a 2-star rating if I'm being honest, but then again I think I might be generous yet again. I've not read a single Colleen Hoover book after Ugly Love, so I've heard really good things about this one though, so hopefully this one will go really good. It is the last few days of January at the moment that I'm filming this video, and I still have not started my reread of The Hunger Games. So chances are, depending on how January ends up or ends off, this one may be a carryover, or I may have to read this one and also its sequel, Catching Fire, in February. And I do want to kind of catch up before March, at least have read 2 books before March. I then have The Girl in the Walls by A.J. News. Will this tell me what it is? It's something to do about a ghost that is hiding in the walls. It's kind of like a haunted house thing. Oh, a uniquely gothic tale about grief, belonging, and hiding in plain sight. I've literally heard nothing about this, but at the time of me picking up this book, it just sounded really intriguing to me. Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeil. As you can tell by the title of it, it does take place in a circus. It is about this woman that has some kind of pigmentation thing where they call it that she has leopard skin, where there's like dark patches, like dark and light patches all over her skin. And I think she ends up getting sold. Oh, birthmarks. Yeah, birthmarks that speckle her skin. She has a brother, what's her name? Nell. It's in 1866 in a coastal village in southern England. There's a circus of wonders that arrives into the village. Oh, Nell is kidnapped. Oh, that's right. Her father sells her because of her. You know how circuses always sell people for their oddities or buy people for their oddities? So Nell's father has done that, has sold her, and I think there might be a bit of a romance between the person behind this circus and Nell. I'm not entirely sure. A Dark Inheritance by H.F. Asquith. Doesn't this not give you, what's it called again? Great Gatsby vibes? It's like 1920s? Once I had 4 brothers, 3 of them are dead, I am next. Felix Ash is sure of only one thing. In 30 days on his 18th birthday he will die. The gruesome deaths of his 3 brothers have convinced Felix that he and his family are under a terrible curse. One doomed to, I thought they said demanded, is so dark. One doomed to stop anyone inheriting his family's incredible fortune. When an opportunity to break the curse appears to present itself, it's impossible not to heed its dark call. And bound to everything is a deadly secret society that will either be Felix's downfall or his one chance at redemption. A twisty gothic horror fantasy perfect for fans of Neil Gaiman and Leigh Bardugo. Well, I'm not fucking loving Neil Gaiman at the moment, or for the rest of time. Honestly, the cover of this really drew my eye to it, and it's a secret society. I love secret societies. And because it's February, I have a nice little sticky stack of romance books I would like to get to. I'm not going to get to all of them, absolutely not, but it's a lot of Ali Hazelwood books that I have yet to catch up on. First one is Not in Love. Second one is Love Theoretically, Love on the Brain, and then I have her novella collection, Loathe to Love You. I won't go into too much detail about those Ali Hazelwood books because I feel like just about nearly everyone has read them, so I won't talk too much about them. I've just shown you what books I would like to read for February for a romance reading vlog that I'm hoping to do. Those are the books that I will hopefully be reading in February. Wish me luck. It is a shorter month in February, so I have to keep that in the back of my mind. With that being said, I'm going to leave you to it. I will see you in another video. Bye for now.